What's up, y'all? Stonewall here, coming to you from the Canada section of the Great Divide route, and I just had my second crash. Wasn't too big. I was going uphill, so I wasn't going very fast, and my bike just slid down this rut. It's actually right there. Tire slid down the side of the rut and couldn't gain control and just flopped over. Wasn't going very fast, but I think it hurt more than that other one when I was going fast. Not too beat up. Ankles got a little bit of scraped up. It hurts a little, but I think I'll be okay. Haven't checked the bike. I just drug it off to the side so it wasn't laying in the middle of the road here. But I think it's all good. I think I was just getting tired. I was thinking about taking a rest stop soon anyway. But besides that, day's been going pretty good. I crossed over the border this morning. It was a quick border crossing. Everyone was going into the US, I guess, for the weekend. Had paved roads from the campsite to the border, and then pretty much highway for a while. The route came off the highway and did this weird thing, got back on the highway, and then did it again, got back on, and I decided just to stay on the highway. It was the part of the highway it skipped. It was twice as far on the other route, and most of it was paved. So if I'm on paved, I'm not gonna get off the highway to do that. So this section starts at the Canadian border at the Roosevelt border crossing, and it goes all the way up to Jasper. It's like 590 miles. So a good portion of it here in Canada. I'm hoping to do it in 6 days, I think, 6 or 7, 6.5 maybe. I think last year they updated it and added a long section from Banff to Jasper. It used to just start and end in Banff. So I don't think too many people have ridden this other section to Jasper. So looking forward to seeing what that looks like. It's on the east side of the mountains rather than kind of in the mountains. So it doesn't look like too many big passes or anything. So hopefully it's not too bad. Alright guys, made it to Fernie last night. That trail system turned out to be pretty cool. Got a lot of single track in, which was a lot of fun. Nice to have something different like that. A lot slower going than roads, especially a good dirt downhill. So it took a while. Glad I ended up being able to shave those 11 miles of paved road off earlier in the day by sticking on the highway, because the single track took a while. Had a lot of fun though. I got quite a bit more of it, I think, coming up. I think I had about 6 miles of it yesterday, and I think I'll have, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 more miles of single track. I don't know, a while up through this valley. On the Elk Valley trail that I'm on, there were a lot of trails that crossed it, some crazy downhill ones. Definitely looks like a sport that I don't think I want to get into. I think I'll stick to the more of the roads and the more mellow trail. This trail is pretty good that I'm on. Not too technical or anything. I'm able to ride it, everything. Gets a little narrow, so sometimes I'm a little precarious, just making sure my front panniers don't hit a tree stump or anything. A lot of the trail is kind of just on the side of a mountain, so definitely don't want to slide off on the side. So it didn't take long to get to a section of trail that is not very well maintained. Just had to walk through all this, and now I have to figure out a way to get down there. And I don't know where the trail goes from that. Looks like they just took some bulldozers and destroyed this section. But the mountains are pretty. Alright, just drug my bike up this mess. Couldn't get down where I was over there, so backtrack, trying to get up to this road, which doesn't look much better. Gotta go back down and get my pannier bags. This part of the trail sucks. Not maintained at all. I'm wondering now if I should just backtrack to where I started this morning and found a road or something. Hopefully it gets better. Okay, finally got down to a better road. Not sure which way to go. See some bike tracks that look like they go this way or come from that way, so I guess I'll try that. I'm worried this is gonna be a long day. Of course, the Great Divide route maps are pretty useless through here. This whole area just says follow the Elk Valley Trail, which is pretty poorly marked and, as you can see, sometimes doesn't exist. So when I get to road, I don't know which way to go a lot of times. I'll just keep trying. Alright, so I found the trail. It's a lot more of the same up there, turned around. I think I'm just gonna stick on this logging road. There's some signs that I've passed that say this section trail is gonna be closed October 2018 for like wildfire reduction measures. And I'm beginning to think that they mean that it's still closed, even though that's not what it says. So I guess I'll just try these roads. Hopefully I make it to where I want to go today. So that rough logging road led me to here, which appears to be a dead end. There's a double track down the hill over there. Might try to bushwhack to get to it, but yeah, I would say this section of the trail no longer exists and might need an alternate. All right, so I backtracked a little, made it down this hill here, got to this double track, which goes along the power lines. I don't know how good that's gonna be. I think I'm just gonna backtrack it back to Fernie, go back to where I started this morning and just get on the highway, which is on the other side of the river. So if I keep going on this double track, I don't know how long it'll take until I can cross the river. I'm giving up on this. This isn't a route or a trail. This is just crazy. All right, I'm gonna try to go find the highway. Catch up with y'all later. So I made it back to Fernie using that double track. Looked like it was a power line access road. Could have continued on that north and ended up getting back onto that Elk Valley Trail, EVT trail. I just didn't know. I didn't want to end up going an hour that way just to be left at a dead end in the middle of nowhere and have to backtrack even farther back to Fernie. So anyway, made it back to Fernie, wasted about 2 hours of my day. I tried to stop into McDonald's so I can get some fries to cheer me up a little bit, but it was breakfast menu, so they weren't making fries, so just not that great of a day today. Once I got back into town, since I was at 0 miles after 2 hours and want to do about 86 today, I decided just get on the main highway here and been on that for a little while up to Sparwood. At least that was fast going. I think I might get back on the trail north of here because it looks like it just stays on some dirt roads, so it should be easier to follow. Don't have to worry about missing signage or just completely destroyed areas from logging, but we'll see. Finally made it to the end of the EVT, or Elk Valley Trail, and I'm looking forward to just some normal dirt roads. A lot of that was a lot of fun, but I think I got my fill of single track in. It just takes a lot longer. I got a ways to go still today. I had some single track into Elk Ford, where I had way too much fried rice at a Chinese restaurant. Was feeling it on the uphills after that. Out at Elk Ford, there was a pretty much all single track, I guess, up here to Round Prairie. A lot of fun, but yeah, just kind of tired of the EVT, especially after that craziness this morning. My recommendation for anyone going at least northbound, southbound, maybe it's easier to see the detours or whatever, because none of the cyclists I pass ever mentioned having problems with this section. But my recommendation, at least going northbound, would be to go ahead and take it all the way up to Fernie. Once you get to Fernie, just take the Highway 3 up to, what was the road there? Sparwood. And then I stayed on 43 for a little bit up till the next kiosk before I branched off. Directions seemed kind of convoluted in there. And then north from Sparwood, the EVT was good all the way up to Round Prairie on the end. So that's my recommendation. All right, made it to a primitive wreck camping site here. I was hoping to get to the one after this, but I was just getting tired and it's getting late in the day. So I'll have another 7 miles to do tomorrow, which puts me 90 miles to get to Canmore. So a little longer than I wanted, but try to wake up early and do it. I have a feeling it's gonna be cold in the morning and probably gonna be dewy right next to this river and some grass and stuff nearby. So it might be hard to get out in the morning, but I'm gonna try my best. Gotta get to that hostel. I already booked it. Heyo, made it to Alberta. Man, it was a cold one this morning. It was hard to get up. I don't know if it was quite freezing, but it was probably in the high 30s, I'm guessing, mid 30s. I don't know, it was cold. I had a lot of layers on. 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of gloves. Didn't have my puffy jacket on, but had pretty much everything else on. Toes got a little cold. Mainly my hands just kept getting so cold, even with both gloves. One pair's like a windproof, waterproof cycling pair that's fleece lined, and then have like a thick liner that I put inside them. But I just had to stop maybe 4 times, like every 20 minutes or so, and just warm up my hands under my armpits. It was really cold. Also saw a grizzly bear like within 5 minutes from leaving camp, so made me wonder if he visited me last night or not. I actually thought it was a tree trunk. It was standing up until it went down. Usually it's the other way. I'll see something, I think it's a bear, and it's just a stump or a rock or something, but this time I thought it was a tree and it ended up being a bear. Also had some really great views of the Canadian Rockies this morning. It's really pretty up here. Really steep, rocky mountains. That, guys, made it to Banff. Historically, this has been the northern terminus for the Great Divide route, and I think this crazy looking hotel behind me is where the Tour Divide race starts. Not entirely sure though, but I finally made it. Of course, now there's an extra, I think, 370 miles or so, so I got a few more days of riding. Forgot to mention about doing the EVT. One, just be prepared for it to spit you out and not know where to go. You just kind of gotta guess. You could go for it. And also, there's a lot of different names for it. The Elk Valley Trail, Trans Canada Trail, the Great Trail, Montane Trail, Blue Mountain Trail. The name keeps changing, so you just gotta keep going. It won't always be called Elk Valley Trail. Otherwise, the rest of the trail is pretty good. Just slow going and skip that one section that got destroyed by logging. Hold on, I think there's a car coming.